paying close attention to hair growth patterns. First, remove the hair above the tendon, then below. Wax the tendon separately to avoid bruising. When waxing behind the leg, have your client hold his or her leg up and position him or her so you are able to wax the entire area easily and comfortably. The skin on the upper leg is normally flaccid, so take extra care by holding the area taut during waxing to prevent tearing and bruising. Once the area is waxed, apply Rescue Analgesic Soothing Cream and then remove any residue with Satin Release to leave your client's skin soft, silky, and clean. Follow with Satin Cool and Satin Hydrate.
Whether females want to look great in their bikinis or just want a hairless look around their private area, a Brazilian wax for women in our New York Day Spa is the answer. Deanna Spa has been offering this waxing service in Manhattan, New York, long before the term was first coined in the 80s. Using great discretion, our experienced esthetician applies the wax from inside and outside the bikini line, including the vaginal lips and labia, and in between the buttocks if desired. She then applies paper strips over the waxed areas and quickly pulls out the strips and all the unwanted hair. We have a strict no double dipping policy. Our esthetician uses the applicator once and then discards it. We do everything possible to ensure your health and well-being.
Today I will demonstrate a bikini wax using the soft wax and the hard wax. Most of the time you need to do a combination between these two waxing. First steps, they are analyzing the skin for any contraindications. Her skin looks perfectly clear. And then we need to prep it. We like to use a disinfectant product to use to prep the skin. After we disinfect the skin, we have to test the temperature of the wax. The wax cannot be too hot, and it has to be hot enough in order to grab hair. So, disinfecting, prepping the skin. Step 2, testing the wax. My hard wax is perfect. I will test my soft wax too. They're both perfect. I clean my arm. And we're ready to start. For very fine hair, I will start with soft wax. If the hair is very coarse, you go ahead and use only the hard wax. So soft wax, you dip. You wipe the wax all the way to the end. Be sure nothing is dripping. You have to think about the wax as a liquid, so you don't move the spatula. And then you just apply for the fine hair. You do not double dip. You use the other end. No dripping. Very thin layer. The soft wax needs to be applied very thin in the direction of the hair growth. And when you pull in small areas, 1, 2, very close and parallel to the skin. You use it about twice. You never overuse the soft wax. So I'm throwing away this strip and I'm cleaning the other side. 1, 2. As I rub the strip on top of the skin, I am sure to tag in the direction of the hair growth and then crisscross. 1, 2, hold the skin taut and pull, and then so very little left. This is an amazing wax. It's a natural wax that doesn't leave any residues and remove the finest hair. So my client will help me and will take as much wax as we can. If the client wants a triangle here, we'll do a triangle. She likes me to clean the hair, the entire area with the hair, so I'll do so. Hard wax. And it goes really thin. I am pulling the wax in an area where I don't have too much hair, the area that I previously waxed. I'm covering this end. I hold the skin taut and I pull very close to the skin. I want to show you with a very thin strip of wax I remove coarse hair. Is it too hot, the wax? No. Okay. Okay, I'm doing the same thing. I'm working the wax. I work the hair in the wax and I pull the wax in an area that's just skin, no hair. Throw the spatula. It's already setting. If you have any residue left, you use the shiny part of the wax and you just peel it off. You never do this. And I want to show you. I remove with a very, very thin strip of wax. Lots of hair. Now, if the client wants more, we'll just ask her to help us, trying to protect the privacy, and we'll remove. It's okay to remove everything?
Sure.
On the top part? Yeah, perfect. A clean spatula, of course, and very small amount of wax. I will not apply it downwards in the direction of the hair. I will just put it crisscross. I'll do one in this direction and the other one in the opposite direction, so I'll be sure I remove all the traces of hair. It's a very economical wax. It has a very, very subtle chocolate flavor, so it's our chocolate wax. It sets fairly fast. You need to have experience. It's already setting, so I want to show you a very tiny film wax was able to take coarse hair without leaving any behind. For the less experienced estheticians, the ones they need a little more time for setting, we use a different wax, a rose wax. The rose wax is a very beautiful color. As you see, I'm trying to cool it off a little bit without blowing on it. I will show you how much more setting time this needs. So again, I will do the rose wax has a very subtle scent of rose, the same like the chocolate has very subtle scent of chocolate, and it gives you a little more time to work it. So for beginners, I recommend the rose wax. If you're a speed waxer, you should get the chocolate wax. This one remove as well. The front part is clean, and now we want to do the lower part, and we'll ask the client to hold her leg, because that way the skin is taut and it's not flabby, will not bruise, it's much easier to wax. So let's cover a little bit. Perfect. A lot. So this will cover the whole in one straight plane, not much wider than the spatula. Perfect. It's already setting. We don't have to wait too long. Okay. Hold the skin taut and pull. And I want to show you with a very thin strip of wax, I was able to remove. Of course, it's really thin and it's not hard. Even if you leave it longer, it's flexible, it will never break. The body temperature will keep it warm, so it's pretty clean here. I can clean more, but the last, I can go more in if I want with the same very small strip. The last area is the area on top of the tendon. I can pull the skin lower or I can put the skin upper, and I can wax that very thin area. I will use a smaller spatula because it's a small area and I do not need a lot of wax. Again, the chocolate wax has a very subtle scent and it sets really fast. So only on top of the tendon. There are 2-3 hair left here. So when we did the first part, we have some retouches to do there because the hair grows in different direction, but on the lower part it's pretty clean. Keep the skin taut and possible pull the skin so the skin is in one plane rather than having to take a curve. Perfect. It's quite good. I'll do the other side.